Hello everyone and welcome to week 6 in our course. We are starting on unit 4 and I'm going to give you a rundown basically of what you need to be doing for our class. Hold on just a second. I'll try not to it out all over the place today. So we're going to be looking at this. We're going to be looking at your topic, the second topic that you're going to work on for your essay for this class. Remember, this is a book project, so this is a long project. We might even take the entire semester on this project. So be really thorough in the steps that I'm asking you to take. I know this sounds like such a simple assignment. You don't want to skimp on these steps. These are going to be vital to you getting everything that you need into this assignment to have like a substantial paper of 8 pages or so. So don't skimp on the work just because it looks so simple. Like, oh yeah, paragraph, second body paragraph assignment. Remember, this is second body paragraphs assignment. I even got confused. I was looking at this and I was going over it and getting ready to record. And I was like, wait, did I just copy an assignment from Comp 1? Because it looks so easy. Anyway, it's interesting, like what we end up with in life. And so I say "whoosah" because, it's like a center. And those things are nervous tics that come out when I clear my throat and things like that. So is another great example of something that happens along those lines. So we're going to be looking in our class, if I can manage these few screens here all at one time, that would be wonderful. You don't even know, I have like 100 tabs open all the time. And that's just the way that I have to work because I have a lot of things to do. So hopefully as I'm going back and forth in between, yeah, okay. All right. Just double checking everything. Okay, we're set. So we're going to be looking at Unit 4. This is going to be the second body paragraph that you're working on. And you're going to be working on whatever your second topic is that you choose from your mind map. And you're going to be adding on to your mind map, and you're going to be working on reading more in your book or listening, depending on what you've decided to do. And then you're going to work on building these paragraphs. And you're going to see it gets a little bit more precise in what I'm asking you to do as you get into this unit, but that's okay. Oh my goodness. That's okay because I'm teaching you a skill. Sorry. It's been a long day. You can tell from my voice. I've recorded a lot of videos and, I've had some serious problems over the past couple of years. Like at one point I lost my voice because of the nervous tics and I had to have vocal cord surgery. So my voice gets a little bit more exhausted these days than it used to, unfortunately. So we're going to be working on the second body paragraph, more than one likely, and we're going to be working to include all the things that we included in the last body paragraph, such as topic sentences, quotes from the literature, quotes from your scholarship, explanations of those quotes, lead-ins for those quotes, citations for those quotes, and works cited citations for your sources, including your film or book that you're working on. So the objective of this next paragraph is to critically analyze and present evidence from the selected film or novel that you chose, integrating these themes from disasterology philosophy to provide a deeper understanding of the narratives and characters within this work. So both perks of being a wallflower and white noise deal with personal crises, and they deal also with social crises, but they do so in very different ways. So perks of being a wallflower addresses personal trauma and the challenges of adolescence, and this is one of the reasons that I am much more sort of forthcoming with my life and things that have happened to me in my life. It's not to be a downer, it's for me to be able to say to students, like, I am not necessarily, I'm not going to be your therapist, of course. We have free therapy here at Valencia. If you're interested in that, you can always reach out to me. But it is to say, I've been in college too, and I've been through life, and life is not always easy. So you can always talk to me, and I like to make that apparent to you by sharing parts of my life that allow you to be caring back toward me as a human being. And that's how we hopefully exchange in our class. The white noise, on the other hand, not being, I mean, there is personal trauma in there, but it really gets into the social fear of death and the pervasive influence of consumer culture, especially with the way that I won't spoil that for you if you haven't seen it yet or haven't read it yet. Disasterology philosophy is, as we know, concerned with understanding the ways of natural disasters, the human reactions that come along with them, and the implications of these things on society at large and on our globe at large, and eventually expanding out into all the different universes at large, right? So your task for this is you're going to select that second topic paragraph, whichever one you want to move toward next as you're dealing with disasterology ideas and components of your essay that deal with this next particular topic in relation to those things. Pardon me, and yes, I think I still have the same glass from last night. I try not to, make too many dirty dishes. Don't have a whole lot of time, at least pets. Um, this is Matches Malone. She's Batman cat. And she also used to like to play with dynamite, so it was always fun to say Matches has dynamite. But back to this. All right, you're going to do research. You're going to go back and look for those secondary sources in the same way, maybe you already have some, maybe you're choosing from some that you already have. Or maybe you're getting a very different feel for this assignment at this point and you're realizing, hey, I really didn't do a thorough job earlier. I better get to that now, right? Because I'm expecting you to come up with a pretty beastly essay by the end of the semester. And by beastly, I just mean like developed, thoroughly, academic, engaged, interesting, and creative. Also backed up with research. So, you may want to gather some additional disasterology texts that can be applied to your theme. Then from both the primary source, the film and the novel, and the secondary sources, I want you to extract quotes, scenes, descriptions that exemplify that chosen theme. Remember, you don't need a whole paragraph that you've taken from one of the texts that you're dealing with. You really only want to deal with it at the level of a sentence. So don't go beyond that. Then you're going to analyze the evidence in relation to disasterology philosophy and in relation to your overall thesis. So remember, as you're getting back into this assignment here, that it says that you are going to, hang tight for just a second. Let me get into, I'm going to go back out here. I'm going to go to the modules page. You should not skip over like I am about to do right now. Okay, it would not be a good idea for you to skip over this. These are going to be the things that you're going to do in order to learn the skills that you need to learn to work on this set of paragraphs for your essay. So don't skip these things. Remember that you can do a writing consultation as extra credit. And then I'm going to get in here and I'll change those due dates very soon. Sorry about that. Okay, so you're going to get in here and you're going to see that I'm going to ask you, and this time we're not going to look at Winwood Walls, we're going to look at Banksy. I always mispronounce his name. I don't know, maybe it's like the southerner coming out in me. I have parents, one from New York and one from Alabama, well, really Florida. But my grandfather's family was from Alabama, so vastly different origin stories. Some of that comes out sometimes. So you're going to be looking at the Banksy website here. And then you're going to see, you're also going to come back up here and state that central point again from your mind map so that you can come back to that as you're analyzing. As you're analyzing your evidence in relation to disasterology theory. Answer the questions such as, how does the evidence reflect the concepts of disasterology? What do the characters' reactions reveal about human nature in the face of danger or trauma? And how does a social setting in the film or the real world that we can bring into this relate? So you want to pull in examples of things that relate, so we can say this isn't just happening here in the book, it's also happening here in the real world, and these are the real world implications, and this is what the film or book is trying to tell me about that and us as viewers. So it's trying to tell the viewer that. And you notice and you might be inclined to say it makes you want to. So another thing that we are focusing on in the class is being able to shift from these things into third person. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't do that in Comp 1. We don't care. We just want to be able to do it here. All right, so you're going to present basically your findings in this paragraph, and I would like you to use your mind map as a visual aid in order to create that, in order to work through body paragraph, subtopic number 2. Maybe it's going to be like paragraph 7 and 8. Who knows? We're not worried about that right now. We'll put this together later. And that's really a fun part. You may not think so because it's kind of scary, but it really is a really cool part of being creative with essay writing. So, I'm going to be looking for the quality and relevance of the secondary sources that you've chosen. I'm going to be looking at the depth of analysis that you provide in relation to the sources, both the book and the academic sources. Like, I really, really want to see that you're analyzing these things. You're not just putting it in there. That's not good enough for Comp 2. Okay, step it up a notch, and that will take you into Intro to Humanities, where any other class where you have to do writing, even math. I'm going to be looking at the clarity and organization of your paragraphs, and I'm going to be looking at the relevance of the chosen theme that you have, the topic, to your overall topic. So in academic writing, especially when analyzing literature and film, we're going to include textual and cinematic evidence. It's crucial to your essay writing process. And these are going to be my instructions for you to get in and work on the second paragraph. So to begin your next body paragraph, or really any body paragraph, you're going to start with a clear topic sentence and really introduce your point. What is the main idea or argument of the paragraph? and what is the context that you're presenting it in, i.e. your thesis statement. So, for example, in White Noise, Jack's obsession with death highlights society's larger anxieties about mortality. It's all about death, death in literature. If you don't believe me, go look up the video called "So You Want to Be a Professor in the Humanities" or something like that. And it's about this girl who wants to grow up to be a professor of literature and talk about the